Okay, so welcome, yogis. Hello. Hi, my name is Jason Gorenstein, and this is our Facebook Live yoga classes. I do yoga classes every single day of the week on Facebook Live, 7 days a week. And throughout the week, 4 times a day, we do live streaming classes. So right now, I'm going by Yoga with Jason G. I was going by Yoga with Jason, but they didn't have that on the Facebook, so I have to go by Yoga with Jason G. And I hope that you guys are ready today. We have a really nice sequence prepared. This is a Hatha Yoga Level 1-2 class. So whether you are have been practicing probably for about at least I don't know, I would say maybe at least 6 months. But if you have less practice than that, that's fine. I'll be teaching modifications as well. So without further ado, let us begin. You can find your way onto your mat, and you're going to begin lying down in Shavasana pose. So whenever you're ready, find your way back onto your mat, lying down, and finding your way into Shavasana's pose. Okay, let's begin. So Shavasana's pose is a very grounding pose for us. And there's a couple of actions that we take note of when we move into Shavasana. First of all, it's good to start with the knees bent. And the reason for that is because we want the buttocks flesh to move towards the heels. So you can take your hands and place them under your buttocks and move the flesh of the buttocks all the way to the backs of the heels. Then you take your hands and you grip hold of the mat. You roll the left and right shoulders under and spin the palms up towards the ceiling here. So this is open chest pose. This is called Tadasana. This is called Shavasana, but we're really in Tadasana in this pose, which is a standing mountain pose. So as you continue to find your way into this position, take the feet together and flex the feet. See that the big toe mounds of the feet are touching. Allow the toes to move towards the knees so that the feet are both in flexion here. And as you continue to breathe, see that the thigh bones are heavy now. Thigh bones are heavy than the mat. Maybe walk the shoulders under one more time and allow the belly to draw in towards the center chest. Now draw the right knee to a bent position. Take hold of the right knee and breathe here. This is called Ekapada Apanasana. As you take this pose, draw the right knee out towards the right elbow. Flex the right foot and flex the left foot. See that you're pressing the left thigh down. See that you're drawing both elbows towards the midline of the body. And as you exhale here, extend the right leg forward. Take the left knee into the center chest. So begin by drawing the left knee down into the center chest and drawing the left leg out towards the left shoulder. Hug both elbows out to the side and breathe here. So as you continue to breathe, flex the right foot and see that the left buttocks flesh moves away from you. The left outer buttocks moves towards the right heel. And breathe here. And then from here, you'll draw both knees into the center chest. So hug both knees in here and breathe. As you breathe both knees into the center chest, take both legs and float both legs up towards the ceiling. Let the arms lift up towards the ceiling as well, and eventually lift the chest up towards the ceiling. So you're lifting the hands, arms up. You're lifting through the chest and breathe here. Now take the arms back behind you, lengthen the fingers back towards the back of the room, and begin to extend the legs forward all the way to the front of the mat. Inhale, raise those arms up towards the ceiling. Lift the arms up towards the feet. As you exhale, arms come back first, then release the feet to about an inch off the floor. Hug the belly in. Draw the legs back up. Lift the arms up, and once again, pause here for a breath. So we continue to move through this posture of extending the arms back, floating the legs down. Good. And then floating the legs back up and extending the arms up and taking a full breath here, in and out through the nostrils. Again, arms draw back, legs draw back. Pause here for a moment.
And again, take those legs up, take the arms up, and hold. So then from here, we'll hug the knees into the chest and we'll just breathe here. Continue to breathe into the back muscles. And you're going to lower the feet down onto the mat. See that the hands are in line with the hips. See that the shoulders are rolling under so that the chest lifts. As you press down through the tops of the feet, inhale, begin to peel the pelvis up. Hug the navel in towards the spine here as you lift the tailbone up. As you exhale, draw on down. Good. Press through the balls of the feet. Inhale, lift the pelvis up. As you lift the pelvis up, engage your core here. Engage your core muscles. And as you exhale, release the pelvis on down. Once again, press through the feet, draw the pelvis up, hug the belly in. Exhale, lower on down. Hug the knees into the chest. And begin to rock the body forwards and backwards until eventually you're up in a seated position. So find your way into a seated position here. And we'll find our way into a simple cross-legged seated position. Take the hands to the center chest here. We're going to begin with an Om. Taking a deep breath in through the nostrils. On the exhale. Releasing the chin towards the chest. Lifting up the head, gently opening the eyes. Okay, guys. So let's find our way onto our hands and our knees. And as you find your way onto your hands and your knees, spread the fingers wide apart here. So see that all 10 fingers are spread wide apart. Wrists are just forward of the shoulders. Wrists are perpendicular with the mat. So the wrists are actually parallel with the top of the mat, or perpendicular with the sides of the mat. As you press through the fingers here, begin to inhale. Peel the chest up and peel the heart up. As you exhale here, press through the tops of the fingers. Take the forearms forward and release the head on down. Inhale, peeling the chest on up. Lengthening through the chest, hugging the belly in here as you wrap the armpits in. As you exhale, rounding through the spine here, releasing the head on down and allowing for the head to release between the arms. Inhale, peeling the chest forward and up, pressing down through those shins, pressing down through those feet. On the exhalation, you're going to tuck the toes underneath. You're going to press back through the feet and find your way into downward facing dog pose. So walk the feet back here, turn the palms out and breathe. Release the head down towards the mat. As you take your first downward facing dog pose, see that the fingers continue to lengthen towards the front of the mat. Allow the forearms to lift up as the thigh bones draw back. Feel the shin bones also lengthening back to the back of the mat as you begin to feel the heels, outer heels, rooting down towards the earth. Good. Again, you'll shift forward into plank pose. Lower the knees down to the floor. This time, feet come together. Release the hips down and walk the fingers forward as you find your way into child's pose. In child's pose here, just continue to breathe into the back of the body. See that the knees are hugging the outer ribs. Allow the outer armpits to revolve in as you lengthen through those side ribs. Breathe into the back body here. And as you press down through the fingers, inhale, peel up the chest, peel up the heart, peel up the sternum. Good. Float the right leg back behind you. Lengthen through the right leg. Flex the right foot here. So as you lengthen through the right leg, see if you can spread the fingers wide apart, wrap the outer armpit in, and float the left arm forward. So here we engage the core muscles as we begin to lengthen from the left pinky finger all the way to the right pinky toe. You're going to round the spine here by taking the left elbow and drawing it towards the right knee. And then as you inhale, lengthen the left arm forward and the right leg back. Keep hugging in the belly. Once again, left elbow to right knee. And then lengthen the left palm forward, the right leg back. One more time. So rounding the spine here. The left elbow comes to the right knee. Pause. And once again, extend the left arm forward, right leg back. Release the left palm down, release the right knee down. And one more time, take child's pose. So see if you can get a little longer here. This time, maybe coming up onto the fingertips. As you walk up onto the fingertips, continue to wrap the outer forearms in. Continue to wrap the outer triceps in. So you can feel that lengthening happening all the way from the tips of the fingers towards the shoulder blades. Good. Once again, seal the fingers down. Inhale, peel up the chest and find your way back into tabletop. Spread the fingers wide apart. Wrap the outer armpits in. As you press down through the right knee, the right shin, the right foot, float the left leg up. See the left foot as in flexion here. Good. So the left toes point towards the earth. Keep drawing in the belly, keep drawing in the chest. See that the weight is level. So begin to shift the weight to the left palm as you float the right arm up. Extend the right arm forward in front of you here. Keep drawing the belly in. Keep lengthening from the right pinky finger all the way to the left pinky toe. Draw the right elbow in towards the left knee here, rounding the spine. Inhale, extending that left arm forward, right leg back. Exhale, rounding the spine here as you hug the right elbow into the left knee. Inhale, lengthening right arm forward, left leg back. One more time. Right elbow comes to left knee. Pause here and hold. And just see if you can lift through the middle spine. Once again, extending your right arm forward, left leg back. Release the right palm down. Release the left knee down. And this time, floating those legs up and back into downward facing dog pose. So downward facing dog pose again. Maybe walk those feet a little bit back. Feel the forearms drawing towards the fingers. Feel the shins drawing towards the heels. Continue to breathe as you hug the belly in towards the spine. You're going to shift forward into plank. As you take plank here, press through the fingers. Feel the hips drawing in towards one another. The thighs are strong here. The legs are active. So you're going to firm both legs into the midline of the body and lengthen the buttocks flesh towards the heels as you take the sternum forward. Good. Now lower the knees down, lower the chest all the way down. Find your way into cobra pose. So the legs come together this time. Walk the fingers in. So lift through the chest and the sternum. Broaden across the collarbones here. Feel the trapezius muscles moving down the back as you lengthen the chest forward and up. As you exhale, tuck those toes underneath, pressing down through the fingers, lifting up through the knees, floating up and back, downward facing dog pose. Downward facing dog pose here. So again, we'll look in between the hands and we'll walk the feet forward towards the hands. We'll inhale, lengthen up halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep the arms up for Urdhva Hastasana pose. As you exhale, take the arms out to the sides, palms face the front of the room, Tadasana pose. We're going to move through 3 cycles of Surya Namaskar A. Inhale, float the arms on up. Exhale, hinging at the hips and folding all the way down. Inhale, lengthening through the chest. Exhale, walking the feet back and finding your way into plank pose. Plank pose, lowering the knees down. If you feel ready, you can lower down halfway. Pause. Inhale, lift up the chest for Urdhva Mukha Shavasana, upward facing dog. As you exhale, take those hips back and find your way into downward facing dog. And breathe here. So typically, we take about 5 breaths in our downward facing dog. As you take downward facing dog, continue to bend the knees and lengthen those hip bones all the way towards the heels. Release the head on down. Now look in between the hands and walk the feet forward towards the hands. Inhale, lengthening here. Exhale, folding. Inhale, sweeping the arms up towards the ceiling, Urdhva Hastasana pose. Exhale, taking the hands back down into the sides. Again, inhale, floating the arms up, Urdhva Hastasana, palms touch. As you exhale, hinging at the hips and folding all the way forward. As you inhale, lengthening through the chest, the heart, the sternum here. Good. Begin to take the hands back down to the mat, walk the feet back, find your way into plank pose. So again, we find our way into plank. We hold in plank for a little bit longer this time. So spread those fingers apart. Forearms draw towards the top of the mat. Outer shoulders lengthen back towards the heels. Feel the belly engaged here. Feel the chest lengthening. So zip up from the pubis all the way through to the crown of the head. Release the knees down if you'd like, or move through a vinyasa. Inhale, lengthening up halfway. Exhale, pressing back. Downward facing dog pose. And again, we hold here. So as you continue to breathe, just see that the fingers are turned out slightly. Feel the shoulders spreading across the ribs. Feel the belly drawing in towards the low spine as you lengthen the outer heels back towards the back of the mat. And again, we look forward in between the hands and we walk the feet forward toward the front of the mat. Inhale, we lengthen. As we exhale, we fold. Inhale, we sweep the arms up for Urdhva Hastasana pose. Exhale, we take the hands to the center chest. One more time here. Inhale, floating the arms up. As you exhale, hinging at the hips, folding all the way down. Inhale, lengthening through the chest here. So as you exhale, take the hands to the sides of the mat, walk the feet back, find your way into plank pose. And again, we hold plank for even longer this time. So each time we take our plank pose, we're building strength in the body. We're wrapping the outer arms in. We're firming the hips into the midline of the body. Keeping the legs strong here and engaging the core. So even though the chest is lengthening forward, the heels are pressing back. So we have an even rebounding action. The palms are pressing down while the forearms are lifting up. The toes are pressing down while the heels are pressing back. The belly is engaged. We can lower the chest down halfway and then all the way this time. Now take the hands, walk the hands back towards the side ribs, hug the elbows in and pause here. Good. You're going to keep the head at this height. Just lift the fingers off the mat and interlace the fingers behind the back. Good. From here, begin to pull the fingers down the buttocks and begin to lengthen the chest on forward. Once again, let the head lower slightly. Now as you feel ready, begin to float the right foot up. Spin the right toes in. Float the left foot up. Spin the left toes in. See that the pinky toe side of the foot begins to move towards the mat as the buttocks continues to lengthen towards the heels. Engage the belly here. So see that the belly is hugging in and see that the chest is lengthening each breath. As you exhale, lower the head down and release the hands to the sides. Walk the hands back to the side ribs. Tuck the toes underneath. Inhale, upward facing dog pose. Straighten the arms all the way. Walk the feet in, walk the feet in, walk the feet in. Shoulder blades are moving into the center chest. Lift through the top of the chest. Trapezius muscles are moving away from the ears, and the buttocks is continuing to lengthen towards the heels as the thighs lift up. Take the thighs back. Downward facing dog pose. Walk the feet apart this time. So again, in downward facing dog pose, adding a light bend in the knees is often a good idea as you lift up through those hip bones. Press the inner thighs back. So we keep lengthening the chest back towards the legs. The legs are strong here. The legs are very strong. Now keep the legs strong and begin to walk the hands back towards the feet. Come into a forward fold Uttanasana. Release the head on down and breathe here. You could take your thumb, place your right thumb into your left elbow crease. Place your left thumb into your right elbow crease. Release the head on down. Lengthen through the feet. Release all the way down towards the mat. Breathe into the back of the spine here. So take the hands now, place them on the low back. Inhale, peel up the chest and find your way into standing. Come to the top of your mat now. So as we come to the top of the mat, we're going to open the arms, open the chest, and be here for a moment. We're going to start out with Virabhadrasana 2 pose. So the hands come to the hips. Step your left foot out to the left. Step your right foot out to the right. Wide stance in between the legs. And see that the feet are parallel. So the left foot and the right foot are mirror images of one another. Now turn your left foot in. Turn your right foot out. And see that your right heel lines up with your left arch of the foot. Good. From here, lift the right side of the, from here, press through the left heel, lift the right side of the chest up as you bend into that right knee. So as soon as you bend into that right knee, see that the right knee bends over the second toe here. So the knee bends directly in one line. And then as you bend that knee, lift the toes up off the mat. So this is a very important action. We lift the toes off the mat here, and maybe you begin to walk the feet a little bit more forward as you sink deeper. Good. Now, take the arms out to the sides. So as the arms lengthen out to either side, feel the left heel drawing down, feel the left arm lengthening back. So even though we're bending into this right knee and we're lifting the right chest off of the right thigh, we're still feeling that stretch through the back leg, through the back of the body here. Good. Now straighten through the right leg all the way. See that the right hip draws back. See that the left hip draws forward. Begin to lengthen here. Press through the right ball of the foot. Allow the right calf to draw towards the right shin. Keep lengthening forward. Now, release the right hand outside of the right leg as you lengthen the left arm up towards the ceiling. So here, you may decide to use a block underneath your left hand. That's an option here. Otherwise, continue to feel the left hip drawing down as the right buttocks draws back. Lift through those left fingers. Breathe here. So the right calf is moving towards the right shin. The right buttocks is moving back. The left hip is moving forward. Now inhale, left arm lifts on up. Bend deeply into that right knee. Bend deeply into that right knee and lift the right toes up off the mat again. So we're back in Warrior Two pose. See that you can stabilize here. So as we sit into this pose, you may begin to feel that the sit bones, which are those bony points of the pelvis, they're drawing down towards the earth. Can you zip up from the pubis all the way through the navel, all the way through to the crown of the head? That's it. As you exhale, straighten through that leg. Hands come to the hips and bring your feet over to the other side. So now we turn both feet over the left side of the mat. Bend deeply into the left knee. Lift the left toes up off the mat. So we begin here with our hands on our hips to start and see that your left heel lines up with your right arch of the foot. The right hip is turned in, but you're pressing the right thigh back. The left knee is bending, but you're drawing the left hip back. And then you can begin to extend the arms out to the sides. Once you extend the arms out to the sides, see that the right heel is pressing down. See that the right arm is drawing back. Keep bending into that left knee. It's good to keep those toes off the mat for now. Keep pressing down through the left heel. Left outer arch of the foot, left inner arch of the foot are both lifting here. We straighten through the left leg all the way. Hinge at that hip. So we draw the left hip back. Draw the right hip forward and glide the right arm up towards the ceiling here. This is called Utthita Trikonasana or triangle pose. Now as you take triangle pose, now the feet of the left foot are soft. And as you soften those feet, you may begin to allow the left calf to move into the left shin. Hug the left buttocks in. Let both shoulder blades move away from the ears. So the shoulder blades are moving down the back as the chest moves towards the frontal ribs. Very important action here. Inhale, re-extend the right arm up towards the ceiling. Float that arm up, re-bend into that left knee. As you bend into that left knee, you may be able to get a little bit deeper here. So see if you can bend a little bit deeper into that knee and pause here. Keep lifting up those toes. Keep hugging back that left hip. Keep sitting deeper into the legs. And then from here, as you feel ready, straighten through that left leg. Spin both feet to the front of the mat. Place the hands on the hips. So lift through the chest here. Press through the four corners of the feet. Before we move any further, feel that the calves are moving towards the shins. Feel that the thighs are drawing in towards the plumb line of the body. And as you feel ready, begin to fold forward. Now take your hands, bring your hands behind the back and interlace the fingers here. Begin to let the chest lengthen forward to the front of the mat. Release the head on down. And as you release the head on down, once again, it's important that you feel that the calves are moving towards the shins as the kneecaps are drawing in towards the
center of the body. The kneecaps are lifting even though the calves are moving towards the shins.
Now, draw the elbows so that the elbows are moving towards one another. The shoulder blades are moving down the back body here. Begin to lift those fingers up off of the low back as you rotate your outer arms in. So feel the outer triceps wrapping in. Feel the tops of the shoulders spread wide apart. The collarbones are spread wide apart here. And there is this softening happening at the front of the chest as you hug the belly in towards the back of the spine. Release the hands to the low back. Reinterlace the fingers the opposite way. One more time. Elbows drawn towards each other. Shoulder blades move away from the ears. Inhale, float the arms up towards the ceiling. So the calves continue to move towards the shins. The kneecaps continue to lift on up. And you continue to release the head down towards the mat here. And breathe. Once again, we place the hands on the low back. Inhale, peel up the chest and the heart. We take the hands back towards the hips here. Good. As we take the hands back towards the hips, we lift the chest up. And again, we spin both feet out to the right side of the room. Okay. With both feet facing the right side of the room, we bend deeply into the right knee again. The right knee bends very deeply this time, and you'll notice that the right toes are off the mat. Now, take yourself into Warrior Two pose once again, and be here for a moment. See that there's a weightedness in those legs. Feel both feet pressing down. Feel the zipping up action happening from the pubis all the way through to the crown of the head. So there's a lifting happening from the center pelvis all the way up to the ceiling. As you hinge on forward, release the right hand down inside of the leg. Lift the left arm up towards the ceiling. Bend the right knee and pause. So now, draw the right knee in towards the right shoulder. Wrap the outer right tricep back. Good. So the knee is plugging in towards the tricep. Tricep is moving back towards the knee. And the left arm is extending up towards the ceiling here. Keep bending deeply into that right knee. With a strong left arm, glide the left hand back behind you. Glide the left arm down towards the floor. Glide the left arm up and over the head. See that the left pinky fingers begin to rotate down towards the mat. Keep bending into that left knee. Now, to make the right arm light, press through the left heel. Press through the left fingers and look up towards the left hand. So see that the left arm is turning down towards the mat. See that the left side of the chest is rotating towards the ceiling. Inhale, float that left arm up. Let the left arm glide us up and out of the pose. Once again, we're back into Warrior Two. Bend into that knee. So we're holding here to build strength in that right leg. Keep the right toes lifted. Keep sinking deeper into the right leg. Okay, hands come to the hips. Turn that right thigh in. Turn the left leg out. So now as we do the other side, once again, we bend deeply into that left leg. So you'll notice here that I lift the toes up off the mat. It's helpful here. It's not a part of the pose, but once you lift those toes up, it really helps to activate the inner and outer leg. Take the arms out to the sides here as you bend into that left knee. Good. So continue to press through that right heel. Continue to draw the right thigh back. Begin to lean forward like triangle pose and release the left hand inside of the leg. Right arm extends up towards the ceiling. You're more than welcome to use a block here, or place the hand on top of place the forearm on top of the left thigh. Keep bending into that left knee. Keep seeing that your left buttocks hugs in as the right thigh turns down. Now take your right hand back. Glide it towards the back of the room. Glide the hand down towards the floor. Glide the arm up and over the head. See that you're pressing through the right heel. See that you're spinning the right hip down. However, allow the right chest to float up towards the ceiling as your eyes begin to face that right extended fingers. Keep bending into that left knee. Keep hugging in the left buttocks here as you breathe. Eventually, inhale, re-extend the right arm up towards the ceiling. Reach that arm up, come back into Warrior Two pose. Warrior Two pose, sinking a little bit more deeply this time. As you breathe, lift those left toes up off the mat. Again, straighten through the left leg. Hands come back to center. Turn the feet in towards one another. From here, you're going to begin to allow your chest to lengthen all the way down towards the mat. So release the head on down and breathe here. So as you release the head on down, you're going to take the fingers down to the earth, and you're going to press the fingers down as you lift the chest on up. Good. Walk the hands back. Walk the hands back. So maybe the heels of the palms start to line up with the heels of the feet. Feel the four corners of the feet pressing down. Feel the fingertips pressing down. Wrap the outer arms in. Wrap the inner legs out. So there is this action where the legs are doing the same, or actually no, they're doing the opposite of the arms. So the outer thighs are rotating in while the triceps are rotating in. So they're moving in different directions. The biceps are rotating out, the thighs are rotating in. So that opposite action actually allows for the chest to release down even more. Allow the torso to be long here. Allow the breath to travel into the back body. Hug the belly in and breathe. And eventually you'll walk those hands forward and inhale, begin to peel up the chest. Take your hands, place your hands on your hips, inhale, lift the chest on up, and then heel toe your feet towards one another. We're going to take Vrikshasana, which is, Vrikshasana is a tree pose. So the hands come to the hips to start here. We're going to start by bending the left knee and turning the left heel out so the left heel touches the right ankle here. So be here for a moment. This is the very beginning of the practice, very beginning of the pose. You have external rotation in the left leg. Both buttocks flesh are releasing down to the mat, and you're lifting up through the center chest all the way through the crown of the head. You'll come back to center with the left foot, release it on down. Right knee comes to a bent position, spin the right heel in, and breathe here. So again, as you breathe, let the right outer thigh wrap in. Let both sides of the buttocks release down and allow for the center chest to lift on up. So see that you're lengthening here as you're releasing the buttocks flesh all the way back down towards the heels. So you breathe here. Again, you draw the right foot in, you release the right foot down. Now take the left knee, bring it to a bent position, spin the left foot out, and glide the left foot up so that the left foot comes in contact with the right thigh crease. As you press the left foot into the right thigh, can you feel the hips firmly rooting towards one another? So there is still external rotation in the left leg. The buttocks flesh of both buttocks release down towards the floor. They both release down. As you keep that action, take the hands into the center chest here. Good. Now, arms come out to the sides. Inhale, float the arms up and above the head. This is called Vrikshasana or tree pose. See that the four corners of the feet are pressing down. Allow the right inner leg to lift up. Allow the arms to extend up and out towards the ceiling here. And as you breathe, take the hands into the center chest and release that left leg on down. Good. Now we're going to do the other side. So we bend into the right knee. We spin the right heel out. Good. And then from here, as you lean forward, take your hand, place it onto the outer shin of the foot, and glide your right foot into your left thigh crease. So as you press the right foot into the left thigh crease, bring the hands into the center chest. Continue to wrap the outer left leg in. Continue to feel the buttocks flesh lengthening down towards the heels here as you bring the hands into the center chest. See that the center chest lengthens up, and then maybe float the arms up towards the ceiling here. Continue to breathe as you lengthen through those fingers, maybe extending your arms fully towards the fingertips. Keep lengthening those side ribs towards the ceiling. Keep allowing for the frontal chest to draw in towards the frontal hip bones. That's it. And then bring the hands back down to the center chest and release that leg on down. Okay.
So our next action to build some firmness in these legs is by taking a block and placing it in between our legs. We're going to take Utkatasana pose. So as you take the block into the legs, you're going to wrap the outer thighs in. So you take the outer thighs in like this, you draw them in, and then you begin to bend the knees here. You can place the hands on the hips to start. As you bend the knees, see that the back body grows long here. So the back body, you're kind of sitting down into your heels and you're hugging your navel in towards the spine. So these hip bones, this is called the pelvic wheel. You're letting the pelvis rotate down towards the knees. You're letting the frontal hip points lift up towards the chest. Then from here, lift the arms up towards the ceiling. Straighten those legs. As you exhale, fold all the way down. Grab hold of the big toe mounds of the feet and lengthen the chest on forward here. Good. So see that the chest is lifting up as you press down through the feet. We're going to do this again. So keep lengthening forward. Keep pressing down through the feet. Keep drawing the inner kneecaps up. Thigh bones back. Calves move into the shins. Good. Once again, calves move to shins. Thighs press down. Inhale, lift the arms up. Utkatasana chair pose. So we sit into that chair and we hold here. As we hold in the chair, keep firming the outer thighs in. Keep allowing for those allowing for the ribs to lengthen to the fingers. And then again, you lean on forward, you grab hold of your big toe mounds of the feet, lengthen the chest on forward, and breathe here. So see that those inner kneecaps lift up, see that the chest extends forward, wrap the outer armpits in. One more time. Bend those knees, bend those knees, bend those knees. Utkatasana chair pose. Third time today. So keep sinking down, keep sinking down, keep sinking down. Squeeze those legs together. Firm the outer arms in. Continue to hug the belly towards the spine. Zip up from the pubis all the way through to the crown of the head. Straighten through those legs. Take your block and release it towards the side. We're actually going to take both blocks now and step the feet wide apart here. You're going to turn the feet over to the right side of the room and place the hands down on these blocks. So we're going to start here. This is called Parsvatonasana pose. See that your feet are at least heels width distance apart, heel to heel or wider, hip to hip, here, either heel to heel or hip to hip. You're going to press down through the right ball of the foot and hug the right outer hip in. As you press down through the left heel, draw the left chest forward and begin to twist the left side of the chest slightly towards the right foot. As you breathe here, wrap the outer arms in and continue to hug the legs towards each other as if you were holding a block in between your legs. Keep lengthening the chest, keep lengthening the heart, keep lengthening the sternum. Bend lightly into the right knee. Inhale, lift on up. Turn back to center. Turn to the other side and release the blocks down to the mat. So again, we move into Parsvatonasana pose. See that the left toes are pressing down. Firm the outer thighs in. See that the right heel is pressing down. So left toes are pressing down. Right heel is pressing down. The calf of your left leg is drawing towards the shin. The thigh of your right leg is drawing back towards the back of the room. Allow the right hip to draw forward as the left hip draws back, and continue to revolve the right side of the chest towards the left foot. Good. One more time, lift on up. Okay, this time just take your blocks and place them off to your sides. Don't need the blocks for another moment. Spin your feet over the right side of the room. All right. Now glide your left hip forward, glide your right hip back. Take your hands now and place your hands behind the back, palms touching one another. So as you take reverse namaskar pose, if your palms don't touch, you can let the knuckles touch. You can grab hold of opposite forearms here or just hold onto the hips. As you press through the left heel, you're going to lean on forward and take the left side of the chest to the right side of the room. As you draw the chest forward, glide the right outer hip back. Right hip is drawing towards the left heel. Keep pressing through the right ball of the foot. Keep breathing here. So eventually you're going to lift the chest up. Take the hands back to the hips. Walk the right toes forward. Walk the right toes forward. Good. Now bend into the right knee. And again, lift the right toes up off the mat. So as you lift the right toes up off the mat, see that the right inner arch is lifting. See that the left outer arch is lifting. And breathe here. Float the arms up towards the ceiling. This is Warrior One. From Warrior One pose, we're going to lean forward halfway, pause, And then we're going to take our hands behind the back again. Interlace the fingers here. Pull the palms back as you lengthen the chest forward. Good. Be here for a moment. From here, release the fingers. Glide the arms back like we're in Shalambhasana's pose, right? You're going to step the back foot in. You're going to step the back foot in and eventually lift up through the back foot. If you can, see if you can lift the toes off the floor as you come into Warrior 3 pose. So maybe you can do this with the toes off the floor. You're on the ball and arch of the foot or the ball and the heel of the foot, and breathe here. As you exhale, bend into that right knee. Softly release the left leg on back. Take the arms, lengthen the fingers up towards the ceiling here, and breathe. So we're now in full Warrior 1 pose. Nice job, guys. Straighten through the right leg. Turn the right foot in. Turn the left leg out, and breathe here. So you need to step your feet a little wider apart, heel to heel this time, and then lift all the toes up. Bend into that left knee. So now we're in Warrior 1 pose. All right, hold on. Before we do that, my apologies. We start out by taking our hands behind the back. So you could take your hands in reverse namaskar. You could take the knuckles together. You could take the forearms together. Press through the right heel. Draw the right side of the chest to the left foot. Press through the left foot. Draw the left hip back. The left calf is still moving towards the left shin. The left outer thigh is still moving towards the left inner thigh as you take the chest forward. So already here we're setting up for Warrior 3. This is in a sense a setup. We're taking our chest forward, we're lengthening here, and we're breathing. Except now we lift the arms up, we lift the chest up, rebend into that left knee. Now we lift the toes up off the floor and lift the arms up. So now we're in Warrior 1 pose. From Warrior 1 pose, we spin onto the ball of our back foot. We lean on forward, hinge forward, hinge forward, hinge forward. Pause here. Now take the hands behind the back, interlace the fingers, and pull the hands back as you lengthen the chest forward. Be here for a moment. Release the hands down now. Let the fingers spread to opposite sides. Palms are pulling in towards each other as if you had a block in between your hands. Step your back foot in. Begin to float your back foot up. Maybe lifting all your toes of the left foot off the floor. So that's a really active way to hold this pose. Keep lengthening the chest here. Keep breathing. So as we take Warrior 3, continue to lengthen. Back leg and front leg. Remember, we're reminded of the first pose that we took where we extended the back leg and the front hand. Then slowly release that right leg down. Come back into Warrior 1 pose here. Warrior 1, straighten through the left leg. Turn your feet back to parallel. One more time. Forward fold here. In this forward fold, grab hold of your outer feet for Padangusthasana D and begin to release the head on down. Breathing in here. And just seeing once again that the 4 points of the foot are pressing down. The calves are drawing towards the shins. I keep doing that. The outer thighs are drawing in and the head is releasing down. You'll take the hands back down to the mat. Inhale, peel the chest on up. Heel toe the feet back towards one another. Heel toe the feet back towards one another. Heel toe the feet back towards one another. And inhale, peel up the chest. Lift the arms up and take the arms to the side. So we're going to come one more time through a vinyasa. Inhale, float the arms up above the head. As you exhale, hinge at the hips and fold all the way forward. Inhale, lengthening the chest here. As you exhale, take the hands down to the mat, walk the feet back, plank pose. So again in plank, we hold for a moment. We're not eager to rush our next pose. See that the feet are pressing back. See that the thighs are lifting towards the ceiling. See that the palms are pressing down as the forearms and the upper arms lift up. So really we're holding into a very lifted pose. We can feel the buoyancy of as we press down through the earth, we feel the liftedness through the belly and through the chest. As you exhale, lower those knees down, lower the chest all the way down. Inhale, peel up the chest and heart for Cobra. Walk the hands back, walk the hands back, walk the hands back. Hands are directly underneath the elbows. As you press down through the fingers, begin to inhale, peel the chest on up. Upward facing dog pose. Lift the thighs up off the floor. As you exhale, pressing those hips back, downward facing dog pose. Good. So downward facing dog pose, walk those feet a little wider apart. Continue to let the shins draw. I'm sorry, continue to let the calves move towards the shins as the shins move towards the heels. Continue to let the forearms move towards the fingers as the shoulders move in towards the chest. Hug the belly in. Release the knees on down to the mat. Sweep the legs forward in front of you and come into Dandasana staff pose. So as you come into Dandasana or staff pose, take the legs forward in front of you. So see that the legs are fully lengthened. See that the palms are pressing down. In Dandasana staff pose, we take the arms up towards the ceiling and reach the fingers up. So see that the front of the chest is longer than the back of the chest. Still hug the belly in. So you can feel all that length, but you're hugging the belly in, so the top of your chest is not like arching forward. Excellent. From here, bring your right knee to a bent position. Take your right foot out to the side. Grab hold of your strap if you have one. Place your strap around the left foot. So from here, your right foot is in Vrikshasana. So as you lift the chest, heart, sternum up, let both sit bones release down towards the heels. Lengthen the chest forward. Draw the elbows into the chest. Bring the heart forward all the way through to the left foot. And breathe here. So try not to round the spine here. There's a tendency to kind of round the spine. See if you can lift up through the chest. See if you can lift up through the heart and breathe. Maybe grab hold of your toes. Maybe grab hold of your toes. And obviously if you have a deeper stretch, you can bend the elbows. You can release the forehead down to the knee and take the full pose. And just breathe here. All right, and then softly release. You're going to take the right leg this time. You're going to extend the right leg forward. The left leg is going to come in towards the right thigh crease. From here, you're going to take your strap, place it around the top of the foot. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, lengthen forward. So the elbows draw in towards the midline of the body. The center chest lifts up. The trapezius muscles move away from the ears here. Continuing to breathe. Good. And from here, you'll take both legs forward. One more time, we'll take Dandasana. So as you feel ready, float the arms up above the head. So this is Urdhva Hastasana and Dandasana pose. Continue to lift through those back ribs. Soften the front ribs here. Keep lifting through the chest. Keep drawing the belly in. Lean forward, lean forward, lean forward. And then from here, grab hold of the feet. So lift the chest, lift the heart, lift the sternum. So you can grab hold of the feet, grab hold of the strap, close the eyes. If you want to take the full pose, bend the elbows, maybe grab hold of the feet, and then maybe lean the chest down all the way towards the ankles here. It's the full pose of Paschimottanasana, the west facing the east pose. Okay, release. From here, you're going to take the feet together, the knees apart, and come into Baddha Konasana. So Baddha Konasana, feet are together, knees are apart. Take the chest forward and breathe here. You could close the eyes here.
Okay, lengthening through the chest, lengthening through the heart. You're going to find your way onto your back now. As you find your way onto your back, you'll hug your knees into your chest again. You're going to take the left knee into the chest, take the left foot over the right thigh crease. Grab hold of the back of the leg here and breathe. This is called thread the needle pose or resting pigeons pose. As you take this pose, lengthen the left buttocks towards the right heel. Feel both shoulders releasing down to the mat. And then from here, you'll remove that leg. You'll place the right thigh on top of the right foot on top of the left thigh. You'll grab hold of the back of the left thigh here, and you'll draw the right outer hip towards the left heel. You'll release that foot on down. From here, if you have your blocks, you can take Supta Pada Gustasana with, or I'm sorry, not Supta Pada Gustasana. You can take Supta Pada Konasana with me if you'd like. You can place a block on each side, bring the feet together, bring the knees apart, and release here. Walk the shoulders in. Let the center chest be lifted. Let the tops of the shoulders release down towards the back body here. Relax the chest, relax the belly. If you want, you can take the feet and extend them fully out in front of you, Shavasana. You can stay in Baddha Konasana as well, your choice. Bring the knees to a bend. Pull the legs onto the side. Using your top palm, gently press your way up. Find your way into a seated position again. So as you come into a seated position, lift the chest. Bring the hands to the palms.
Gently lift the head, open the eyes. Namaste. Thank you guys so much. I hope you have a wonderful day today. Happy Monday, everyone. Wherever this practice is finding you, whether it's on YouTube or Facebook. I do all live streaming on YouTube, Facebook. You guys, I do all the recordings. All of them are uploaded to, so you guys can always come back to my Facebook at Yoga with Jason G. Just add me, thumbs up. Please hit the subscribe button, obviously, if you want to find out about new videos. I live stream 4 videos every weekday and a few videos on the weekends as well. So, yes, please continue to keep coming back, as they say. And yes, so thank you guys so much for participating in our Hatha Yoga Level 1 class. Once again, my name is Jason Gorenstein. Today is Wednesday, June the 8th. Our next Hatha Yoga 1-2 is Wednesday, June the 10th. So hopefully you guys can join us for that class. A couple ways you guys can help out: thumbs up, heart sign, commenting, and sharing. Lots of great ways to help out if you guys want to help out with the community. I also have a Venmo button if you feel like contributing. Contributions go to things like lighting, sound, wardrobe, audio, video, all this stuff that makes the class. So I hope that you guys have a phenomenal day today. Hopefully you guys have had a nice day thus far, and I look forward to seeing you yogis very, very soon. If you want, I'll be back at 3, so hopefully I'll see you at 3 o'clock. Namaste, yogis. See you guys.